didn't like. And if it was targeted, why would you use a fucking handgun?
Yeah.
I mean, that gun. But they went into what's the headquarters of Blackstone, yeah.
And of course, the conspiracy nuts already go crazy because it was in the Blackstone building, it was the NFL building. If you look at the photo, that's the shooter right there.
And he's reportedly he killed himself, supposedly, so far as that's what they.
Yes, he killed himself on the 33rd floor. I don't know what his agenda was.
Right now, my daughter, you are now fighting here. You don't know what you are fighting for. The government is the government.
I was just playing out the movie in this TV, he told her to check the
Yeah, no, sister asked her.
But you agree, right? You know that the normal cases where they're Zionists. Hold on. There are Zionists that actually do this on purpose, right? To prove that the Propali are terrorists.
These people are getting more and more violent.
They've done it at the church. They've done a whole bunch of shit.
These people are getting more and more violent in here. Everybody's been worried about this, including the FBI.
They probably arrested that picture. We're gonna find out the truth, and I don't think it's the guy that has a Propali shirt. I don't.
Okay, this is what it says. It says 2 people were initially taken into custody at the scene. A woman reportedly had a cut on her head, and the man allegedly said, "Free Palestine, I'm not the active shooter." However, police have yet to confirm if they were actually involved in
Because there was a protest today, so this could just be.
And it was a protest today.
Hey, look, maybe they got the wrong guy. We'll have to.
Yeah, no, well, we know. You know what? I know because the NYPD be arresting anybody.
We'll know in a few minutes.
What's the latest? I just got back in.
Unless the other people they arrested,
throw people in the wall.
it's in their hands, and then
And just fucking arrest people.
No, I think you're looking for the right person. They're not looking for the wrong person.
No, they have the right person.
They neutralized him already.
Well, apparently there was a team involved in it.
Do you think he's a terrorist? He's a criminal?
Who?
Right away, you want to blame him back. It's a fucking guy.
Do you think he's a criminal?
I think who's a criminal?
The guy in the sister's picture.
So far, all I know is I see a picture. I need more info.
So is he a criminal?
So far, all I have is a picture. It's not enough information.
So you don't think he's a criminal?
Amir, I need more info to answer your question.
He's not a suspected criminal.
Mine says this
I didn't
is
say he wasn't a suspected criminal, but I'm willing to go with what the police say.
So he's a suspected criminal. Can we say Netanyahu is a suspected criminal as well?
He's not.
Yeah, I mean, just like we're going with basically.
He's absolutely not.
No, you said
The
suspected. You just said.
They threw away the head of the ICC. By the way, he's a Pakistani guy. His last name was Khan, because he was found to be corrupt. He was trying to cover up some sexual scandal. This is why they disbanded the ICC, pulled the funding. They can't even get their email. I told you this a long time ago.
Alarmo, we don't care about his personal life.
We do care. We do care, because he was exposed as being corrupt.
Look, you just used the logic. You said he's a suspected criminal. The one
I said, who's a suspected criminal?
The one active shooter right now in the
No, I did not say that. I pointedly did not.
So apparently, right now is an active. Netanyahu is an active suspect as well in terrorist activities.
Incorrect, sir. Incorrect.
Well,
I know you want to give Israel a black eye, but it doesn't work, Amir. You don't know enough about the situation.
They give themselves a black eye, so they don't need Norm's help. Or Amir's help.
What's that?
I said Israel gives itself a black eye all the time. It doesn't need Amir's help.
You know what, Edward? If you think so, that's okay. That's not going to get you any closer to what you want.
What do I want?
What's that?
What do I want?
Well, I think you want a state, but unfortunately, I don't think your countrymen or the people from where your parents are from are really. I don't think they want it. They've turned it down too many times, and now they've just lost trust. So I don't know what's going to be. But
I don't think it's dependent on Israeli trust or Israeli anything anymore.
Well, Israel's not going to allow monsters on.
I don't think it's dependent on what Israel wants anymore.
It's not dependent solely on Israel. But
Well,
Israel is going to have to sign off.
it has very little input now. It has a lot less input than it did before October 7th.
Israel's not going to allow monsters on its border. That's
Well,
not even negotiable.
it's not, no matter what you call them,
Yes.
it's
I'm
not
calling
going to be
terrorism.
Israel. It's not going to be Israel that's going to decide. It's going to be the world that will decide.
The world.
You lost opportunity, Norm.
The world doesn't have any say about sovereign nations.
Yes.
No,
The world,
doesn't.
no,
So,
the world isn't
before
going to.
October
It's not going to.
7th,
It's not going to tell. It's not going to go into Israel. The
Yeah.
world will decide on the West Bank, Jerusalem, Gaza, Jordan Valley. This is not. This is not part of Israel.
Jerusalem is Israel.
It's not part of Israel. It's not recognized as part of Israel.
I'm sorry, but okay.
Well, you don't have to be sorry, because I know
Yeah.
it's not.
Okay.
The UN doesn't recognize it as part of it, the Israeli
It is
border.
not
So
a question of the UN doesn't have anything to dictate
jurisdiction over
sovereignty.
national borders? I think they
Over
do.
sovereignty. Absolutely not.
Oh, they don't
So
have
we can-
jurisdiction over national borders.
We can argue this if you want to argue it in court. Israel's more than ready to do so.
They're already
And if
doing
you
it in the
wanna go to-
ICJ court.
And if you want to go to what? Well, this is not being litigated in the ICJ right now. This
This is under occupation.
This was that done South Africa. Who? Under occupation of who? By what? For who? When did
Israel.
You sound like somebody that got caught robbing a bank.
What other nation has sovereignty over the land that Israel is currently on? What other nation? Explain.
We're not talking about Israel. We're talking about the West Bank. You don't have sovereignty over the West Bank. It's not yours.
Listen. Well, we have sovereignty over B and C, and A you guys have. So now that's as a result of a treaty signed in Oslo. Now, if that's going to proceed, I said Israel Palestine has sovereignty over Area A.
Hey.
Oh, no, it doesn't work that way.
Wake up, hey.
No, it doesn't work that way. You don't have sovereignty over them.
By the way,
Well, you signed the treaty, Edward.
No, it didn't. That wasn't a treaty.
happy.
Treaties are between
Oslo is a
countries.
treaty.
With the Zionist barbecue and Dirbala. Didn't I tell you that?
Oslo is a
your
treaty.
hands were turning to like a fucking oven? They did that.
I don't know what he's talking about.
You fucker.
Amir, I don't know what he's
So
doing.
let me just
can't follow what
You're getting real excited.
Listen, you fucker, I'm talking now.
I'm talking to an actual Palestinian. We're talking to an actual Palestinian,
Shut the
Edward.
fuck up, don't talk to me.
Don't talk over an actual Palestinian.
Shut up.
So listen, you can curse all you want. So
Shut up.
Edward, Israel has sovereignty over B, shared with Palestine, and C. And Palestine has sovereignty over A. That's the deal that you
I
signed.
would never allow you to talk now.
Now, if we want that, can you moderate?
Shut the
That's
fuck up.
dependent on peace, Edward.
Shut the fuck up.
You understand, Edward?
Oh my God.
Come back. Hang on.
You're ignorant.
There's
You're
some-
ignorant.
You got some guy cursing and being
One second, guys. One second.
Okay, I mean,
Sakar, you go and make your point, and then El Normo will respond, and then we can pass the mic around because it's tough. And El Normo's up.
because it really pissed me off, when the Zionists, okay, they are the ones who ruined, Oslo, okay, they accepted Oslo and they ruined it, and the agreement, was like, there was like, how can I say this? There was like a period, there's like a time frame where all the the text of Oslo, the agreements, they would have applied, on the West Bank, and the Israelis refused to do so. They refused to let's say to move on with the Oslo agreement, and they came with like a bunch of pretexts. And then the American, following the 2001, the American government, they tried to save the agreement of Oslo, and they couldn't, and it was like basically ruined. Oslo is gone, and now they talk to us about Area B and Area C. Well, you refused that. You didn't want Oslo. You just wanted, to play the game. You know what? Hey, we are going on with our occupation. We would infest the West as fucking parasites and eat of it each time, a part of it, and this one, and this one, and this
That sounds anti-Semitic.
Shut the fuck up! I'm talking. You have your time. So let's build a new settlement here, a new settlement there, and the whole world is like frustrated with that. Hey, you fuckers, you stop occupying the land. You should never.
You want him to be cursing, Amir?
Shut the fuck up! I'm
Women in the room,
talking. Shut the
Amir.
fuck up! I'm talking. Shut the fuck up! I'm talking.
Tell him not to
Shut the
curse,
fuck
Amir.
up. Shut the fuck up.
Amir, I think you should not be
They
cursing.
kept going on with their plan. They kept going on with their plan.
Superior brother,
okay?
can you
And they
make
didn't
it
allow
short?
the Palestinians. They
One
didn't
second, brother.
allow.
Brother,
They,
hang on, secret, brother. Can you make it short? Because look, everybody on this side, including Obama, has a short attention span. If you go past 30 seconds, he can't pay attention anymore. He's So just keep it to the minimum so we can get an answer out of this.
Yeah,
not really saying anything. He's just cursing.
So the thing is, you talk about Oslo now. It's just bullshitting you. This guy, this fucker, is bullshitting everyone with Oslo. Back in 2014, I guess I can go now and look for the UN Security Council resolution. Well, everyone, including Obama administration themselves, they abstained from voting. They didn't say no. Well, France, Britain, and everyone else, they said, hey, Israel, they should respect, the borders of 1967 and withdraw from the West Bank. It was like the most Western high call, okay, for Israel to withdraw from the West Bank because it was illegal. And these fuckers, they keep pushing everyone with Oslo. Oslo is done. Respect. Go. It's like, hey, leave just the Palestinians. Go from the other side of the 1967 borders. That's the talk. Forget about Oslo. You are pushing everyone with it.
All I'll say is that the only time the so-called Palestinians obtained any sovereignty whatsoever over what the Jordanians
No, they're not
called
the
the West
so-called
Bank.
Palestinians. They are Palestinians.
Over what the Jordanians called the West Bank, over what Israel calls Judea, and the United States called Judea
No,
and
the
Samaria.
United States does
And
not
what the
call it
Pal-
Judea.
Yeah, they
The United
changed it
States
in the
called it the
Congress.
West Bank.
No, they
calls it the
changed
West
it in
Bank.
Congress. They
No,
changed
they
it in
did
Congress.
not.
Yeah, they did. I'll show you the
Prove
bill.
it.
I'll
No,
show you the bill.
prove it.
Yeah.
Did it go through?
Yes,
Did it go through?
So hang
Let me
on.
see it.
And what the
Let me see it.
Palestinians
I'll
call
find it out.
what the Palestinians call the Dafa, as Edward has taught us, the only sovereignty they've ever had over it is as a result of Oslo. That's the only time. And that's by treaty. So the treaty says that Palestinians get the Palestinian authority over Area A. They share the authority with Israel over Area B, and Israel has authority over Area C. Israel is allowed to build in its own areas, and Palestine is allowed to build in its own areas.
You're such a
Both
fucking
sides
liar.
are building. Both sides are building in the areas that they control, and that's legal. So I don't know where you want to go from there. But the only legal right that they have to that land is in Oslo. Other than that, there is none.
All right. It says, does the United States of America acknowledge the West Bank as Judah and Samaria? No.
Yes.
The United States does not officially recognize the West Bank as Judah and Samaria. Here's the breakdown. What the U.S. does recognize.
Judea.
The West Bank is the term the United States government used in its official communications and documents. 2. The U.S. considered the West Bank to be territory, not sovereign Israeli territory. The U.S. does not recognize Israeli sovereignty over the West Bank, though it does recognize Israeli control in parts on the current arrangement, like in Area C under Oslo Accords.
That's what I just
Trump
said.
administration ship.
That's what I just said.
You did not.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you're so fucking
You called it
disingenuous.
a treaty. It's a treaty.
You said that the United States of America acknowledges the West Bank as Judah and Samaria.
That's
And I went and said no. It said no.
Secretary of State.
You're such a fucking liar, bro.
Secretary of State Marco
I'm not
Rubio
finished.
and Ambassador Mike Huckabee both acknowledged this. Sorry.
It doesn't
No,
make that
it doesn't.
law. I don't
No
know.
bill. There's
Maybe you
no
don't
bill.
know
You're a
how
liar.
U.S. law
And
works.
that, no, I'm not finished. Trump
Yeah,
administration.
it is the way it
In
works. The
2019,
Secretary
I'm
of
not
State
finished.
decides these matters.
In 2019, the Trump administration declared that Israel settlement in the West Bank are not per so in consonant with international breaking from
That
decades
word
of U.S.
is not
policy.
inconsistent, meaning they are
Mike
consistent.
Pompeo, the Secretary of State, did refer to Judah and Samaria in some speeches aligning with Israel terminology.
So does Marco
Used mostly
Rubio,
by
the current Secretary of
used
State.
mostly by right-wing Israeli politicians. However, this was rhetoric, not an official change in the U.S. naming a recognizing policy. See, you are a fucking disingenuous piece of
You
shit.
basically
That's
just,
what the fuck you
well,
are.
that's a personal attack.
Judah
You
and
just
Samaria.
agreed with
That
me.
term is used primarily by
the
Israeli,
Secretary
especially
of
by
State.
nationalists and religious factions
By the
to
U.S.
assert
Secretary of
historical
State.
and biblical ties to the land.
By the U.S.
Internationally,
Secretary
including
of
at
State,
the
by the
UN
President.
and most countries, including U.S. allies, the region is referred to as the West Bank. Where's
No,
the bill?
Norm
There's no
Jordanian
fucking
name.
bill. You lied.
Norm,
You lied. You're a
areas
liar.
A, B, and
Where's
C.
the bill? Where's the bill?
I'll
You're
show
a
you.
liar. You're a
Areas
liar.
A, B,
You're
and
a
C.
liar. You're a
Wednesday,
liar.
Wednesday.
Where's the bill?
Areas A, B, and C have never been considered by Israel or by any other nation to be a part of a border or recognition of any borders in the West Bank. They're called zones, not borders.
Fucking.
And the United Nations, U.S., and not even Israel recognizes them as borders.
I never said they were borders.
So if they can't be borders, then they can't belong to you. Your border is
I never
the
said they
1967
belong
line.
to us. I
I
said we
see no
have
bill.
jurisdiction
You
and
said there was
authority.
a bill and you said a bill passed.
Yes.
There's no bill. You're a liar. You're a liar.
I don't
And now
lie,
you
please.
now you moving the goalposts and saying
I'm not moving
some
the goalposts.
politicians are calling it Judah and Samaria.
No,
some
the Secretary of State.
that it's not. It's rhetoric.
As you
It's
said
rhetoric. It's rhetoric.
It's official U.S. policy. It's written
No, it's
under
not.
the Secretary
It's
of State.
rhetoric. You're a liar.
I'm not a liar, sweetheart.
We don't need to repeat over and over. We know our Norma is the biggest Hezbollah agent.
The Secretary of State determines U.S. foreign
That's
policy.
rhetoric.
We can move on from this point.
We don't need to keep going back and forth.
I agree.
Calm down.
I agree because he's a liar and disingenuous.
I haven't
We all
lied
know,
about
we all
anything.
know.
I
We all
agree
know.
with you.
You're a liar.
Anyways,
I'm not lying.
going back to Normal, can you please tell the room,
Yes.
are there any Israel, is America thinking about parting ways with Israel? America is going to part ways with Israel. Are you for it or are you against it? Can you tell the room, are you for the idea of America parting ways, American government parting ways with Israel? Are you for it or are you against it? Nathan was for it. We had Nathan in here, hardcore Zionist.
He's texting
America
me
and
back
Israel
right
are great partners, and as long as that partnership is working, I'm in favor of it. Of course, I'll be guided by the official policy of the United States. Huh? I'm guided. Hang on.
Question.
I'm guided by the President and the Secretary of State, as everybody should be.
Okay, I have a follow-up question. The follow-up question for you, because you're so genuine, you never lie.
That's correct.
The next question is.
That's correct.
Yeah. The next question for you is, do you think that America is trying to control Israel?
Well, I think it's mutual. I mean, nations, they act according to their mutual self-interest. So Israel serves certain interests for the United States and, by the way, the civilized world in Europe and so forth. And the United States serves certain interests of Israel. It's
So
a
do
partnership.
Palestinians. They've served the civilized world as well.
I don't dispute that.
I mean, Norma is Palestinian.
Oh.
And Edward is a Zion. You and Edward.
Oh.
Uncivilized world.
I don't know what to say.
What do you think about that? He's a Palestinian.
No, we'll give it back. We're part of the agreement. When we come up with an agreement, we'll be, who would take Norm? And, both sides will be arguing.
Ukraine, he claims to be Palestinian.
And the Israelis will give it back to us, and they'll just go back and forth.
So I got another follow-up question. Now, America, Trump is sort of trying his best to part ways, right?
I don't think so.
If it happens, are you for the idea of parting ways with America?
Look, this is a little bit above my pay grade. I don't think that
No.
I dispute your premise. I dispute your premise. By the way, I'm putting this into the chat. The U.S. bill called Recognizing Judea and Samaria Act has been introduced to replace the term West Bank with Judea.
It's not passed yet.
I
already know about it. I know about it.
With Judea.
Let me stop shouting, please. Stop. I'm speaking. Come on. I already know about the bill. Okay, it hasn't passed.
Well,
Hold on. The only state passed is Arkansas. Arkansas passed a ruling that they're going to be calling Judea Samaria, and they just passed, the white supremacists. They're going to be.
This is a U.S. bill.
Yeah, God has promised the white supremacists a piece of land is about 40, 50 members and located in Arkansas.
Well, if you heard me on Twitter last night, you know I'm against that. I gave that guy a very hard time. I roasted him.
Which space are you in?
I'm sorry? We were in that big Twitter space. We interviewed the guy who was trying to do
Mario
this.
Knuckle?
No. We interviewed this guy, and I gave him a really hard
Were you
time.
in the Stoke space? Were you in Stoke?
What?
Stoke?
I don't know what that is. But anyway,
who was your main host?
Lou Fax.
Oh, Lou was running a space on Twitter. Okay, cool.
Huge. And we interviewed that guy that was on MSNBC. Lou got him into the room, and I gave him a really hard time. I told him this was illegal, violation of civil rights. Oh, we gave him a really hard time.
What's illegal? What is illegal violation
The
of
whites
civil
only
rights?
town.
Oh.
Yeah. And I showed you the bill to change the name of the West Bank to, which is actually a colonial name. It's a colonial name from Jordan. Huh?
You could never go after Medina. You could never go after Medina.
What do you think?
I said you could never debate Medina.
I could never what?
Debate Medina.
Who is Medid?
You don't know who Medina is. Forgot it.
No, I don't know Medid. No.
You.
Huh?
Or Hassan Pike. You could never debate them.
I don't know these people.
Yeah, because you're old, sir.
No, it's just I just don't know these people. I debate other people.
No,
But I do know this.
everybody knows who Hassan Pike is.
So do you believe, Norm, do you believe that the United States should name the West Bank what they want to name it? Or should it be up to the
I believe
Palestinians?
that they should follow Israel's lead.
Wait,
they're doing.
So, okay, so you believe Israel has the right to name the area where the Palestinians, the West Bank, which is Palestinian territory? They have the right to name
I
it?
dispute your claim to that territory.
Well,
But
you can't.
Huh?
It's not disputed. I mean, Israel doesn't dispute it.
Yeah, Israel does.
It does not.
Is the Knesset just voted to annex it?
It was symbolic, non-binding vote, and it had to be non-binding
but
because
I would say
they don't dispute it. They can't dispute it.
It's disputed territory, Edward. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the Supreme Court
Yes.
said that it is a belligerent occupation. They're not. So Israel does not dispute the West
We
Bank.
occupied it from Jordan, and Jordan surrendered its sovereignty.
You may dispute it, but Israel,
Yes, that's
as a
right.
nation, does not dispute the West Bank being Palestinian territory. They may not like it. They may want it, but legally, they can't dispute it. They don't dispute it
So
legally.
I'll just remind you of the only treaty that covers that territory. There's one treaty, and the Palestinians signed it. It's the Oslo Accord. It's a treaty.
Okay. Treaties are between countries.
That's
So
correct.
it's not a treaty.
It's a
It's
treaty.
not-
It was signed, but I
It's
don't know
between
why
countries
Again, I don't know why you say treaties are between countries.
because
The
they
Oslo
are.
Accord, it's an agreement.
It's an
between
agreement.
two different bodies. Fine.
It's an
Whatever.
agreement,
Okay.
right? It's an
I don't know
agreement,
why
not a
you're
treaty.
Getting why?
Because
wound up
treaties
about
are
it.
between countries.
I don't know if your definition is correct, so I want to put that on the side.
Okay. So you're fine.
Hold
Okay,
it in the
you're
court.
okay. Listen, you're not okay with a whites-only town,
That's correct.
okay? But you're okay with taking over where people live and making it Jewish.
No, I'm
And
not
Jewish
okay with that.
So then you are fine with, and should be fine with,
Yes.
if you're consistent,
Yes.
with the West Bank,
Yes.
with whatever, the
Well, I
international,
told
you know,
Judea and Samaria.
okay, listen, no.
We have a
You,
disagreement
you
over
should
that.
you should be calling it whatever the Palestinians want to call it, because it's not
I
their land.
disagree. I disagree with
Okay,
that.
so then white people could have land here and have white-only towns and cities.
Well, this is a racist thing you're saying. I dispute your racism.
Well, wait, you have to be consistent.
I am
If you
being
agree,
consistent.
you don't agree with one,
Yeah.
then you can't agree with the
They're
other.
very different
Because they don't let
situations. They're not
Jews into
analogous.
their white land.
They're not
They don't let,
analogous
if they let
equivalents.
Jews, if they let Jews into those white land, would you be okay with it?
No. I think it's racist and it's unacceptable and it's a violation of the Supreme Court precedent, 1954, Brown versus Board of Ed, as I told the racist guy last night. Also,
ChatGPT is in the bud.
no, I'm not using ChatGPT. Also inconsistent with the 1964
Morty,
Civil
you
Rights
think
Act.
he's on fire? Morty, you think he's on fire?
Oh yeah, of course I'm on fire. I agree with
What
everything
kind
he
of fire are
says.
you on, Delano? What kind of fire have you been smoking?
I don't smoke.
I think the only thing he's missing, the only thing El Normo didn't say, I think to dispute Edward's claim, is that Judea and Samaria is disputed territory even within our own Israeli society.
Morty,
The Supreme Court,
Even
the
with
Supreme
what?
Court says one thing and our people say within our Israeli society. The Supreme Court says one thing and our society says another. So it's disputed within Israeli society and external to Israeli society.
Morty, I do have one question. Hang on. I have one question for Morty. Morty, why does Israeli, Egal, right, and somebody that's not Israeli, that's imposter Israeli, normal, why do they have both difference of opinion? I don't think
I
we're
am
both
not
same
an
side.
Israeli or an imposter. I'm an
You're an
American
imposter.
Jew.
You're an imposter.
No, I'm an American Jew. I'm imposting nothing.
This is slander. El Normo is the real deal. He's the real Jew.
No, we're not talking about Jew. I'm talking about somebody that's
I
an
never claimed
Israeli.
to be an Israeli. I'm not an Israeli. I
He
am.
never
But
said
then
he was Israeli.
who are you to make the decision on behalf of Israelis?
Well, I'm a
It's Jewish
Zionist.
almost.
Every Jew on the planet has a portion
Yes.
of Israel according to Israeli law and God's law.
That's
I'm
right.
not talking. You're not getting that. You're not getting my point. Right now, you're not an Israeli citizen. You're not Israeli citizen.
That's right.
So if you're not an Israeli citizen, and if Egal is an Israeli citizen, he was born over there, raised over there. Egal has the choice. He can vote on, saying that Netanyahu is a criminal. But then where the fuck do you come in from? From fucking New York, right? Don't have any fucking connection to that land, from Poland or Ukraine or whatever. I just don't get it. Edward, you get my point? Edward gets it.
You're a Pakistani with no connection to the land.
I don't really give two fucks about Pakistan or India. I don't care.
I understand that. But I'm a Jew and I do care about Israel, unlike you.
Every Jew can be an Israeli.
That's correct.
Egal, they can be, look, Egal, they can be Israeli. But Egal,
He's not voting, but he has a right to voice his opinion.
Okay. Egal, let me ask you this question. Egal.
Egal, thank you for being an Israeli.
Egal, let me ask you this question.
Thank you for risking your life for me, Egal. I love you, Egal.
Egal, let me ask you this question. I'm in America. Hold on, I'm in America, right? We have an imposter American called Normal that lives in America.
I'm not an imposter. I'm the real deal.
He came from Poland or something. He's from Polish.
No, I'm not from
No,
Poland.
he's a Jew.
I'm
Oh,
from
you're
New York.
Polish. You're from Polish.
No, I have no
Yeah, you're a
connection to
Polish
Poland.
person. You came from. Okay.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Egal, let me give you some hypothetical. Let's say I'm a Canadian as well, okay? Me as a Canadian, if there's something going on in my fucking country, and this normal has connection to that land from 3,000 years ago, and he doesn't have any fucking citizenship to that country, how the fuck does he have the right to say anything about my country?
It's just my opinion.
I just don't get it. Why does he? And he thinks differently than you. Egal, he thinks way differently than you.
That's okay.
He's coming from a privileged background. He hasn't served the idea. He hasn't killed anybody. We don't know what he's on about. Maybe he's a fraudulent CIA or Mossad or something. We don't know what he's on about. He's a freeloader. He's a smoocher. He likes to smooch off other people's countries.
Don't see your
That's not
point
the word
on
is
you.
smooch, not smooch.
My point, Egal. My point is, Eagle.
Smooching means kissing, you know.
I did.
Smooch up other people's country off their lips.
Yeah, your English is lacking, Amir.
So Eagle, my question to you.
Your English is embarrassing.
Yeah, English is my fifth language. So Eagle, my question to you, I'm a Canadian, right?
The first
Canadian, hold on, Norma, stop getting triggered.
He said
Stop getting triggered. Stop getting triggered.
I'm not
Stop
triggered.
getting triggered.
I'm
So,
not
Eagle,
triggered.
my question to you, I'm a Canadian, right? And I have somebody like El Normo that said he has a connection to that Canadian land from 3,000 years ago.
No, it's
Me
not
as a
the law
Canadian,
today.
hold on. Me as a Canadian, born and raised in Canada, and I have the right to make the fucking decision. This
Are
guy
you
comes
breaking
up
the law?
and he has a difference of opinion.
No,
His opinion doesn't matter. It's like an asshole. The opinions are like asshole.
He has the
Well,
right
no.
to make the decision. He has the right to voice his opinion. But he will have a right to make the decision once, in one day, any time you want to join Israel, to become Israeli citizen.
Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. Thank you.
Baruch Hashem.
But Eagle, he hasn't served in the idea. How does he have the
Yes, I
fucking
have.
right to that land?
Yes, I did, Amir. I did, Amir.
He did not do anything to create the Jewish state. He's a fucking, he lives in America. He doesn't say anything. Where does he come in the picture?
Israel is a Christ for him, for
Thank
any
you.
Jew on the world.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
you say Norm, Israel legal position is that the occupied territories is disputed. Now I did mention to you the Israeli Supreme Court says it is occupied territory and that the Geneva Conventions
who
do
did it
apply. No, hold on,
occupy?
I haven't asked my question yet. Hold on.
Who did it occupy?
I haven't asked my question. My question is
I
that.
disagree with the
Let me ask my question, and then you could answer, and say whatever you want. Well, hold on.
Go
It's
ahead.
very quick. One sentence.
All right.
If you're saying that it is Israel made a legal argument that this is disputed land, okay?
100%.
Okay. Hold on. Let me ask. Then, can you show where Israel has formally
Yes.
put in a request with the ICJ
Yeah.
regarding and using the argument that this is disputed land
Okay.
and not
I'm not sure.
an occupation.
I'm not sure that it has done that, but the question is who
Then legally
Well, but you
Israel
didn't let
has
me finish.
not
You didn't let me
disputed.
finish.
Okay, go ahead.
You
Go
didn't
ahead.
let me finish, yeah. So under the international law of Uri Poseidadis Juris, those borders with Jordan are Israeli borders, and that is the basis of the legal dispute.
But you just said there is no legal dispute.
Haven't finished. No, I disagree with what you just said. Now,
No, which international law? You should mention it.
I just told you. I'm telling you the law.
Yeah, he did say the law. He did say it doesn't apply here, but he did say the law.
So my question to you was, who did Israel occupy that
No,
land?
wait. You haven't answered mine.
Yeah.
Did
I don't
Israel
need to answer
formally
yours.
request
I
and put in
did
a
answer.
formal legal brief to
I'll
the
have to look-
ICJ?
I have to look
Well,
that up. I don't
well,
know.
they did not.
Okay, well,
They've never
you say
done
no.
so.
Well, I heard your
They've never
opinion.
done so.
I heard
Okay.
your opinion. Now,
What
the
you're
question
saying
is-
though, and to break it down for the room about
The question is, Israel,
your position.
Hang on. Israel occupied that land from Jordan after Jordan attacked it
Right.
in 1967. That's
Okay.
how we won Jerusalem, which, by the way, will remain undivided. Now, Jordan relinquished its claim. Jordan relinquished its claim in 1988 to that land. I don't know why you think that makes
Did Jordan have the right?
Israel is there.
Did Jordan have
Please say
the legal right to?
Please say
I don't know the answer to that.
why don't you say
I do.
That's
I do.
between you and Jordan.
No.
Okay.
Everybody knows the answer. Jordan did not have the legal authority to occupy the Palestinian land. As a matter of fact,
Well,
the United
never
Nations would
accepted
not
that.
allow Jordan to occupy it and did not recognize Jordan as sovereign
But they
over
did
the land.
occupy it.
Even
Yeah.
after Jordan gave Palestinians passports, The United Nations said, no, Geneva Conventions still apply. You cannot take this territory. This is Palestinian territory.
I guess
Period.
that's
If they couldn't take it,
dispute.
you can't take it. No. So
That's
you're
our
saying,
dispute.
okay, your
We have a
dispute,
dispute.
but that's an
Yeah.
internal dispute. You have not presented anything to a
Yeah.
legal body, to the ICRC, to the United Nations, whatever.
I'm not sure about that.
Nothing.
I'll have to check. I'll have to check.
This is all internal. You presented internal
when you say we
memos.
occupied it, when you say we occupied it from a belligerent body. That's Jordan. We didn't occupy it from anything called Palestinian.
Okay, so he's well, he just said a belligerent. Okay, so
Yeah.
belligerent body. Yeah, let's take
Yeah.
your argument.
Yeah,
That's under that is under the United Nations Charter. You cannot win land by war. So you just said
Well, I
you just
disagree
said
with
it was
that.
belligerent. Therefore, you could not keep that land. Period.
We don't
So
agree with the United Nations.
It doesn't mean that it goes to you, Ed.
oh, who does it go to then? Doesn't mean it goes to you.
Well, that would have to be decided. Well, we have
No,
it.
it doesn't go to you. The law
We
already
have
says
it
it doesn't
right
go to
now.
you.
We already have it.
No, but you're not keeping it. You're not going to
Well,
keep
then,
it.
Yes,
that
we are.
remains to be seen.
Yeah,
It's already slipping out of your grasp. It's already slipping out of your grasp.
I don't see
What's
it
your
that way, but
evidence?
what do you have? Do you have gossip right now?
France, a G7 country, has already recognized the state of Palestine. Canada said that they are going to recognize. That's another G7 country. G7 countries are doing this. Is Israel ready to fight the G7? Is Israel ready to fight the G7?
It doesn't say what the borders are, Edward.
Yes, they recognize on the 1967 lines.
I don't think so.
Never happened.
That's a stretch.
That will never
That's what it
happen.
says. That's what they recognize
No, that's
Palestine
not what
as. Yes, it does.
you
Of
have
course
to
they
go
do.
that one. You
Of
have
course,
to
what
go
you think?
that one.
Does it say they recognize it on Area A? No, it doesn't. They say we recognize a Palestinian state on the 1967 lines. That's what they say.
Okay, are you sure it says that? No. Okay, neither
No,
am I.
I'm looking at it in GPT right now.
Let me
Yes.
answer this.
Okay, so you're not
Let me answer
sure.
this. Hey, let me answer this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Back in 2016, France and all permanent members of the Security Council, they voted on the resolution number 2334. It was
Yeah.
the 23rd of December 2016.
Okay, and
On the paragraph 1, the resolution says, reaffirms that the establishment by Israel of settlements in the Palestinian territory occupied since 1967, including East Jerusalem, has no legal validity and constitutes a flagrant,
So we have a dispute.
a flagrant,
We have a dispute.
a flagrant violation under international law and a major obstacle to the achievement of the two-state solution and a just, lasting, and comprehensive peace. Let me just remind you.
Well, what year was that? What year was that?
Let me remind you. Just
I will.
with this.
What year was that?
One sentence.
What year was that?
Let me remind all of you that this resolution was voted by 14 members. All of them, none of them opposed the resolution. Just the United States, they abstained, which made all the Israeli politicians crazy as hell. They attacking Obama administration for not voting no. So
Okay.
all of them, they were okay with that. All of them said, yes, we recognize that Israel is occupying the West Bank and
Occupying it from who, though?
in 1967 borders, including the Eastern Jerusalem.
Okay. When was that? When was that?
Eastern Jerusalem is a part of Palestine.
When was that?
Resolution number 2334.
What year?
2016. December 2016.
I guess we have a dispute. Well, go on,
read it.
What? I guess we have a dispute. That's what I said. It's disputed. Israel, we dispute your claim.
What authority recognized East Jerusalem as a part of your country except your corrupt American politicians?
Oh, well, if you don't like America, that's fine. That's fine.
These are the only countries that matter.
Sorry?
That's fine.
These are the only countries. They're the only countries that matter.
That matters.
You're
Dude. No,
You're entitled. Listen.
No, dude. No.
You're
The country that matters,
entitled.
that was back in the 1990s, not now.
You're
Now we have
entitled to your
a country that really matters.
I don't think so.
China,
You're entitled to your
Russia,
opinion.
France, and
Nah.
all of it.
I don't think so.
If you're here,
Living in a fantasy.
if you are here to talk about global dominance and who can beat the shit up of the other, okay, we can talk this language.
No, this is a legal dispute, Scipio.
If you are here to discuss this based on international law,
Yes,
just add
this is a legal dispute.
Let's discuss this based on international law.
I'm discussing it right now. I dispute your claim.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go on. But don't
disputing
take
your
the
claim.
US either.
France and Canada are both when discussing the recognition of a Palestinian state, they are discussing it in terms of what is according to international law, which is the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and Gaza.
What
So,
law would that be?
Norm,
What law would
Huh?
that be? What law would that be? What law are you
what do you mean?
claiming?
What do you mean? What?
What international law?
Okay,
is
the
the basis of your-
ICJ came out last year with an opinion. What do you call it? A ruling of the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and Gaza belonging to the Palestinians, and they even said that Israel needs to withdraw, and I believe they even said to give reparations, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think
So the
they
laws
have
are there,
to-
and the laws are very clear.
I don't think they have jurisdiction.
The ICRC also
You
has said
haven't
the same
even-
thing. ICRC has said the same thing.
Edward, I
The
have
UN.
named the law. I have named the law. You have
No,
not.
you named the law. You named the law that does not. That way, you named the law that no international legal body has recognized as being valid.
Incorrect.
Oh, okay. Can you show? Can you show me? Show me what international body has recognized that as being valid.
If you're done talking, I will answer you. Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you done? Okay. Every single international border that has been formed after an empire has withdrawn. Think of the Soviet
No, Norm.
Union.
Just
Think of-
Israel. I'm talking about.
You're interrupting.
No, because you're not answering the question. I asked you, show me where this law,
I don't believe
okay, where the United Nations or any country has recognized this legal argument that you're putting forth right now.
I get it. I get
I
it.
can answer the question.
You don't want to hear that. You
I
don't want
can
to hear what
answer
I'm
it.
saying.
It's Morty.
So, hang on, Morty. Under international law, the only other alternative, by the way, is Oslo. Under international law, when an empire leaves, like the Soviet Union or the Spanish Empire, the borders that remain are according to the previous borders of the entity. In this case, the British Mandate of Palestine.
So can you show me a legal brief? Can you show me anything? Any international body that agrees with you?
Save your questions to the end. Save your questions to the end. Now, unfortunately for you, the Palestinians, Arabs, did not accept a state when they were offered one numerous times. Therefore, you have no legal sovereignty over that land.
So can you show me anything in international law that agrees with this position when it comes to Palestinians?
Yeah, the law, the
Not
international law is
Russians, not Spain,
Yes.
Palestinians. Show me where this was an international
I
body that
turn to you
agrees.
and say, when did you ever have a country? I'll wait.
No, I'm asking you to show me where your argument, the argument you put forth, you said it is, international law.
That's correct.
Show me where that law was recognized to apply to Palestine.
In the United States.
The United States?
Correct.
No, the United States says the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and Gaza is Palestinian territory. What do
The
you mean?
United States says Jerusalem is one city, there's no Palestinian sovereignty
No,
there.
their position, they moved the embassy, but the position of the United States is that East Jerusalem, West Bank, and Gaza is
Incorrect.
Palestinian territory.
Incorrect. The United States recognizes Jerusalem as one united city and the Golan Heights as annexation as Israeli. I'm sorry, those are facts, Edward. Now,
Okay, let's say Jerusalem, which I don't agree with. West Bank, Gaza. Can you show me where anything in international law that's not saying?
Link in the chat, Edward. Link in the chat.
Gaza is formerly Egypt. Egypt doesn't want it.
Okay, you're saying no. That's all.
Up for grabs.
I got it, Edward.
What I'm saying is,
I put the link in the chat.
what I'm saying right now is,
What is nonsense? Please, no. Let me.
what do you want to
let me finish
say?
here. So from one side you say, hey, UN international law, and then you go back to the United Nations, the United States. Like I don't get you here. And then you mentioned the ICJ. You know, you refer to the ruling of the ICJ. And when it comes to the genocide, you say, no, we don't recognize the ruling of the ICJ.
Can I address this?
ICJ never ruled.
I don't get you double
That's not my
Sure,
position.
I think we should allow Morty, we should not suppress another Zionist voice.
Oh, no, it's all you.
Morty is kidding around. Morty is not serious.
No, he's a Zionist, Morty.
I dropped the link in the chat.
He's an army.
Check out the link. Okay, there's a link in the chat. It's Donald Trump. And they're asking him if he would support an annexation of the West Bank. And he says, I'm not going to talk about that, but I will talk about Israel. And the problem is, if my desk is the Middle East, then this pen is the size of Israel. And that's a problem, and that has to be addressed. So they can have
say that.
from the... Yes,
I've heard him
I
say
dropped
that.
the link in the chat. I dropped the link in the chat, so everyone can look at it. There's your ruling from the best president of the best country of all time, and that's all we need to justify what we do. I'll land it there. Thank you.
Well, we also have possession, which is, as you know, 9/10 of the law.
Yes, possession is 9/10 of the law. Yes.
And we also have the Oslo Accord, which is the only deal the Palestinians have ever signed. You've never signed any other deal, so that is the only operative agreement.
Dude,
Oslo.
wait a moment. You keep talking
Yes.
about Oslo, but you don't even know about the content of Oslo, except
Yes,
from
I do.
areas.
Yes, I
No,
do.
seriously.
Yes, seriously.
Oslo, wait a moment.
Yeah.
You know, Oslo had like this interim period that ended basically in 1999. Okay. And in 21, there was an attempt to revive Oslo in order to bring, you know, the government in Tel Aviv and Palestinians to an agreement, but it failed. So
Yes,
I don't know,
actually,
like
the Palestinians walked away from the table. They were
no,
in
they
2000.
didn't walk away. They didn't walk away. No, sorry. You have to know the accusations. No, without any proof. You are throwing accusations. It's all like this very rich Bring me proof.
Offered statehood to the Palestinians, and they walked away from
That's not true, but we can walk away if we want. It doesn't mean we keep what
That's correct.
Palestine.
Well, that means you have no state?
No,
Accept it.
we didn't say we have a state.
Okay, good.
That's not the claim. You're saying it's disputed. It doesn't mean that there isn't an occupation. Where's your legal argument? I gave you a legal argument. I'm saying the ICRC, the ICJ, and over 140 nations recognized the borders of Palestine. France and Canada have said that they will.
What is Palestine? What is it? It's not a state. You just. What is it?
You know what I'm talking about.
It's a
What is it?
It's very normal.
We have international law and we have consensus in international law
What
recognizing
is it, Edward?
Palestine.
It's not a state. What is it?
Norm, show me any legal
Anybody in
consensus.
the room answer.
Can you answer first? Can you answer?
You've been running.
Can you answer where are you getting your legal precedents from? Where are you getting your legal arguments from?
This one.
From international law.
Go ahead.
Bring out the text. Bring out the text.
I have
This you are based on.
I have it.
I just gave it to you. I told you before. It's Uri Posedetis juris. I told you before.
And the ICJ recognizes this. The ICRC recognizes this, right?
It's the only law of the land.
And they recognize this, and you made this formal argument
I
to
answered
them.
your question.
So you made this argument to them, and let me find it. Hold on, let me see. Nope, can't find it. Israel never even made the argument.
So I answered.
Israel never even made that argument to these parties.
That's incorrect.
And the winner
Okay,
is
show me.
Edward. Ding, 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 ding.
Show me.
Everybody's quiet for a second. I answered your
You said
question.
it's incorrect? Show me.
When did it become yours? When did it become yours?
Okay, I know you're drinking your tea. You're taking extra cups of that ginseng tea.
I'm walking to synagogue right
Now
now.
you're taking extras. It's finished with the cocaine.
Well, I don't think so.
I drink some. I think you do that.
I have never even seen cocaine.
I'm sure you do.
No, I don't. So
I'm not a betting woman, but I'll put money down on you that you have done it in the past. You are doing it now.
When did the land become Palestinian?
I'm asking you, okay, the land is Palestinian. The land
Rest my
is,
case.
okay, the international, the ICJ, the UN, the ICRC all agree it is Palestinian territory and it is for a Palestinian state and there should be a Palestinian state. That's the legal stance of the international bodies of law. That is the legal stance. Now I'm asking you to show me, I could show you multiple legal, international bodies that can back up what I'm saying. Can you show me one that backs up what you're saying?
Yes, I can show you numerous. I'm walking to synagogue now. I can look.
Oh, okay. Because I'm asking GPT, and it can't even give me one. It can't even give me a time when Israel has submitted to any international body this legal claim that you're making.
This is our position, and I'm pointing out to you that you cannot show me at any point in time when this became Palestinian sovereignty. Ever. Never happened. So I know you would like it to be.
Is that necessary? Is that necessary to become a state? Is that a prerequisite to become a state? Is that a prerequisite? Is that a prerequisite?
It's the answer to the dispute. If it's yours, you're going to show me how it.
No. Is that a prerequisite? Is that a prerequisite for Palestinians to have a state? Is to show you that we've already had a state?
No, we had sovereignty.
No. Then why are we even on this topic?
So when did it become yours?
You just said it's not a prerequisite, so why are we even bringing this up?
So it's never been yours, but you'd like it to be yours.
You just said it's not relevant, but yet you want to talk about it.
No. So we occupied Jordan, and Jordan relinquished sovereignty in hang on, we occupied it from Jordan in 1967, so Jordan invaded. We have every right to do that. Jordan relinquished its sovereignty in 1988. You had Jordanian passports. Up until that moment, you're Jordanian. Now you want to be something new, which has never, hang on, let me finish. Now you want to be something new, which has never existed before Palestine. And Israel was okay with it. It had one requirement, and that was to stop being terrorists.
Ask you something.
I haven't finished. You can ask me. Let me finish, and then you can answer. So Israel offered Palestine a state, and they declined it. We had one requirement, no more terrorism. Failed to meet that requirement. I don't know if you think they have sovereignty over Gaza, but Gaza has voided any claim to anything as a result of its belligerence to Israel. So Gaza is finished. Now, the Judea and Samaria, if they are peaceful, there's a chance that there will be some sort of self-governance and sovereignty. If they are not peaceful, then we're going to have a fight. And And that fight is, you're fighting a superior army. It's not going to go well for whoever is committing terrorism. So that's our position. And I don't know why you're claiming something international. We've made this argument many times. It's a very when you think about international law, close to dead is third, is the law of how borders are formed. Because you made the mistake of not accepting a state when it was offered to you in 1939, in 2005, in 2001, I think it was, from Clinton and from Carter. And
Lomo, you ever get tired of lying? You ever get tired of lying?
When did I lie? What's the lie? What's the lie?
Everything you say is a lie. When you wake up, it's a lie. You eat, it's a lie. You breathe, it's a lie. Everything you do is a lie.
You're cheating.
I was waiting for him to finish. You finish.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead,
okay.
I'm finished. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Earlier, you mentioned the ICJ ruling about the West Bank, right?
No, I didn't mention that.
No, you said like the West. You mentioned like everyone here was listening. You brought up
I did not mention
a ruling made by the ICJ about the West Bank.
No, I did not mention that.